Namaste, angels. I'm here to do the weekly general reading. I'm doing things a little bit differently this week in general. Not to use general twice, but separate from the general reading in general, I'm doing things differently because I normally would have posted like 10 personal readings today. That's what I do on Saturdays. I just upload a ton of them. But I've been dealing with a lot of root and solar plexus chakra stuff. Throat also was all last week, but now it's more my chest. I had like this crazy heartburn, like for no reason. This difficult to swallow and breathe and all that stuff from this heartburn. It felt like GERD, which I've had because I'm a 9/11 survivor. Some of you know that. Anyway, other stuff like that, burning in my chest, a lot of chest congestion. So this is all the heart chakra and stuff like that. So I wouldn't want to do anybody's personal reading when I'm not at my best. And if I have limited time when I'm at my best, I'm going to do the collective readings first. And I try to make that clear. So I apologize to anybody that's waiting. I plan on doing them in the week instead. So that's what I mean by doing things differently. Like normally during the week, we just have the dailies and all that, and I wouldn't mix any personal readings into my dailies and make that confusing, but it'll just be whatever it is. All right, so going into this week, it is 11:29 right now, 11:11, on the 25th, which is, again, the Annunciation, the Feast of the Annunciation. So this reading is for March 26th through April 1st. And I'm going to begin with what's going on in the sky this week from astrology.com. So on Sunday, March 26th, which is in just a half hour where I am, Saturn rises at about 2 a.m. local daylight time and climbs some 25 degrees high in the south-southeast by the morning twilight. The ringed planet shines at a magnitude of 0.4 and lies in the northwestern corner of Sagittarius, the Archer. When viewed through a telescope, Saturn shows a 17-inch diameter disk surrounded by a stunning ring system that spans 38 inches and tilts 26 degrees to our line of sight. Monday, March 27th, which is the day that Mercury enters its shadow period also, by the way, because I doubt they're going to mention that here. The sky's brightest asteroid, magnitude 7.5 Vesta, shows up quite easily through binoculars this week. To find the minor planet, start at a magnitude of 1.2 Pollux in northern Gemini, and then drop 2.4 degrees southwest to magnitude 4.1 Upsilon in Genorium. Vesta lies 0.7 degrees due south of Upsilon this evening. The new moon occurs at 10:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10:57, 13, or 4, or 11:11. At this new phase, the moon crosses the sky with the sun and so remains hidden in our star's glare. Tuesday, March 28th. Jupiter stands out among the background stars of Central Virgo from the time it rises at around 8 p.m. local standard time, daylight time, until morning twilight is well underway. The giant planet is near its best for the year right now, reaching opposition next week on April 7th. The last time Jupiter went into opposition, King Osiris turned himself over. He put his back to me. Jupiter shines at a magnitude of negative 2.4, which makes it the brightest point of light in the evening sky. The best time to view the planet through a telescope is when it climbs highest in the south, a position it reaches around 2 a.m. Jupiter's spectacular disk spans 44 inches, and its dynamic atmosphere shows at least 2 parallel dark belts. Wednesday, March 29th. With an age of 4.5 billion years young, they have in quotes, it might not seem an appropriate word to describe our moon, but tonight you have a nice opportunity to see what astronomers call a young moon, a slender crescent visible in the early evening sky. With new moon having occurred 2 nights ago, only 5% of our satellite's disk appears illuminated after sunset tonight. You should notice an ashen light faintly illuminating the moon's dark side. This is the earth shine. Sunlight is reflected by the earth that reaches the moon and then reflects back to our waiting eyes. With binoculars, scan some 10 degrees to the moon's lower right And you should also pick up the glow from Mercury, which shines brightly at a magnitude of negative 0.6. Thursday, March 30th. The waxing crescent moon climbs significantly higher in the evening sky with each passing day, and tonight it serves as a guide to ruddy Mars. The planet stands out around 7 degrees, approximately 1 binocular field to the moon's lower right. The pair appears nearly 20 degrees high in the west once twilight fades to darkness, and doesn't set until after 10 p.m. local daylight time. The red planet shines at a magnitude of 1.5 among the background stars of Aries, the Ram. The moon reaches perigee, the closest point in its orbit around Earth, at 8:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It then lies 226,088 miles, or 363,853 kilometers, away from us. Friday, March 31st. This evening, the waxing moon sits on the western edge of the Hyades star cluster in Taurus the Bull. The 20% lit crescent below and a little to the right, the first magnitude Aldebaran, the orange sun that marks the upper left corner of the V-shaped Hyades. In reality, however, the star is a foreground object that only appears along the same line of sight as the cluster. Saturday, April 1st. Mercury reaches, which is April Fool's Day, Mercury reaches greatest elongation, excuse me, see that's why I didn't want to do the personal readings, at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and tonight marks the peak of its best evening apparition of 2017. The innermost planet lies 19 degrees east of the sun and stands 9 degrees high in the western sky 45 minutes after sunset. It shines at a magnitude -2 and shows up easily against the darkening sky. If you can't spy Mercury right away, sweep the area with binoculars. A view of the inner world through a telescope reveals an 8-inch diameter disk that appears 39% lit. And lastly, Sunday, April 2nd. After passing between the sun and Earth just 8 days ago, Venus already appears conspicuous in the pre-dawn sky. It rises an hour before the sun and climbs 6 degrees above the eastern horizon 30 minutes later. The planet shines so brightly at a magnitude -4.2 that it shows up easily in the brightening twilight. A telescope will deliver spectacular views of the inner world's 57-inch diameter disk, which appears just 3% lit. Okay, let's get to our cards. So, some of you guys wanted to see more of the cross. I will bring it to you. Beginning with the moon in Archangel Haniel. Important psychic insights. Events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. Very appropriate to begin with the moon, with the new moon again appearing on Monday, the 27th. Opening to the 5 of air. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. The moon is back. And opening to the Queen of Earth, who is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. The Queen of Earth is a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, or somebody taking on that kind of energy. The moon is back. The moon, by the way, is a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or somebody taking on watery energy. And speaking of that, so is the Ace of Water. Falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. The moon is back. I'm going to cut. And its life experience, or the Tower with Archangel Chamuel. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. I saw actually the Ace of Water opposite the Tower. I shuffled the Ace of Water opposite the Tower when I was doing that. And I thought, you know, again, some are definitely getting new homes or moving or something, because the Tower can represent an actual building or structure, an actual tower. And the overall energy is the 3 of water, a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. The need to have more fun. So here's our cross. We will be doing what the feminine feels about herself, what the masculine feels about her, what he feels about himself, and what he feels about the union. This is like an overall energy. And this is an outcome. Wow. Feminine feeling trapped, but it's only an illusion and a lack of self-confidence. We're afraid to take action. I think in many cases, this is being afraid to be responsive to the masculine. Like, we go through this thing, like, I want him to come back. I can't wait till he comes back. I miss him so much. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And we all go through this. And then he comes back and we're like, now I'm scared because what if he leaves again? Before we even get together with him, we're worried about what if he leaves again. And so we have a lack of confidence to move forward, to take the leap with him. We got to let that go. Okay, remember that air, and it's probably because of Mercury. That's probably why the 5 showed up too. Mercury can bring about, confusion and communication. We could misconstrue what somebody is trying to communicate to us. We could fail to communicate effectively ourselves, all that kind of stuff. So we got to be aware of this and just, take life by the freaking balls and jump. What's the masculine feeling? The Chariot. He wants to move on with you. He maybe even wants to move with you. Move into a new home, as I was just talking about, possibly coming up with the Ace of Water opposite the Tower. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. He sees you as like this prominent sort of figure too, right? Like this queen, goddess. You're in a chariot. You're behind the, you've got the reins. You're driving this car. You're in charge. You're running the show. As far as you've got your crap together is what the masculine feels about you. Obviously, you feel differently, and myself included probably, at least, part of the time. But that's not what he sees. He sees a queen. He sees a goddess. About himself, the 4 of water, like he's not measuring up, in his opinion. He has something to offer, but he feels it's not enough. So like, think the 4 of water or 4 of cups. There's 10 cards of cups. So there's like 6 cups that he doesn't have. That's how he's feeling. Like, I'm not, completely down and out, but I just got these. And, of the 4 that I have, 3 aren't even so great. It's only 1 that's pretty fancy. Do I give her this? This can't be enough. That's what he's feeling. About the union. Wow. This can go a few ways. The 7 of fire is one of these warrior spirit. I mean, the 9 of fire is my real one, as you guys know. But the 7 of fire is also one of these warrior spirit sort of cards, like where we're defending ourselves. So in this case, this is defense of the union on the masculine's behalf. He's not going to let anybody, disrespect it and, talk down to it. But he's not going to fight everybody either. Some of these things he's walking away from. Some of these people he's walking away from. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground, but choose your battles wisely. It just bothers me that there's people that are still hating so strongly on these unions that this pops up. And I saw a lot of the 7s as I was shuffling, not just the 7 of fire. I did see the 7 of fire, though. I saw the 7 of air also, and the 7 of cups. And I'm just like, will these people get a life already? Seriously. I don't know. But he's defending it. He wants to defend it. This is from the masculine perspective. So he's saying, he will be the Knight of Fire. Overall, wow, soulmate relationship. The 6 of water. Memories from your history or childhood. Issues regarding children and romanticizing the past. He feels really good about this union overall. Even if you're in separation, just know that, that's not the way he wants. It's not what he wants. He just feels, this is the 10 of water now. This is that 10 of water I was talking about. He was missing 6 cups. Here they are. He wants to have those other cups too before he comes to you. But I think he's also at the same time starting to feel like, I can't wait that long. And I heard a song like that today. Oh, it was, excuse me. I was in CVS and Bill Withers, just the two of us, came on. And one of the lines is, good things come to those who wait, but not to those who wait too late. And it reminded me of Tannhauser and Elizabeth and how he waited so long that when he came back, she had expired, as they, said in the story. She had passed away. So he knows that. He feels like, I have to do something soon, but I feel like I can't because I don't have enough. However, at the same time, I'm feeling like his 4 of water, and especially, I guess, coupled with this 7 and making it 11, like trumps this 8. Like he's more ready than we are. He might not realize it. He might not think so, but he is in this moment. And the outcome is the 4 of earth. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. So this doesn't only have to be money. It can be money. And that could be what he's worried about he doesn't have enough of. And that's why he can't make like a proper, quote unquote, offer. But this can also be love. Like holding on too tightly. And I think that's what it is. Holding on too tightly because we're fearful. And I think that's what it is in the case of both. Because of the masculine's 4 and because of our 8. And of course, these 2 4s equal the 8 also. And we got 2 7s here as well with the Chariot and the 7 of fire. Looking at it that way, at least it's the most positive of the 7s. It's not that 7 of air, which I really don't like. It's all about thievery and everything. This is Major Arcana card 7. And it's positive. This is like one of the strongest cards of victory in the deck. So if he feels this about you, that you're a winner, basically. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, is what the feminine is to him. We're on our way. And this is what he feels about the union overall. Like, despite everything else, yeah, it's all coming together. So now I'll do our regular spread for the week. And I'll have to shuffle a little bit so that our cards can be, legit, right? So opening now to the Strength card, Major Arcana card, Strength. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments and exercise some forgiveness and compassion. And I think these harsh judgments, in many cases, is what we have to release from ourselves, about ourselves, on both sides. Strength back. Opening to the Emperor. With Archangel Michael, of course, representing the sign of Aries. And perhaps the Aries new moon. Organization and logic. Structure and discipline. And also leadership. Emperor back. Here's that damn 5 of air again. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. So we have to watch our communication. And when I add this 5 to that 8, that's a 13 or 4 or an 11. So there should be communication between the two, but we got to be careful. We got to be clear. And feminine, since you had that more ego-based, it seems. I mean, both. If you feel like you don't have enough, like you're not worthy, that's ego too, like pride and stuff. But since you had that one, like, I can't take a risk type of thing, I'm gonna sort of like break his heart before he breaks mine. I better not go, take this leap. Let me say no so that this way I don't get hurt. Since we seem to have that kind of energy surrounding us, I think he's actually in a stronger place. And that's not even what I was going to say. I don't remember what I was going to say. Never mind. Hopefully it'll come back to me. All right. So the Emperor again. Open to the 7 of water. Here's that 7 of water I had seen earlier. A complex decision. The need to do research. Stop procrastinating. But the Emperor's back. I'm going to cut. Here he is. Who did I say he was going to be? The Knight of Fire, who is passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. So this is that Knight of Fire to which I was just referring when I was talking about the Seven of Fire. This is the Knight. This is the Prince Charming who's going to be deciding which fights he fights and from which he walks away. Like the Emperor, the Knight of Fire is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And our overall energy is the Lovers with Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. Maybe I'll be reminded of what I was trying to say during this spread. Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. I think a lot of the masculine like working themselves, you know, quote unquote to death, as they say. You know, not really, not literally, but yeah, like working too hard. For others, there is a decision that they have to make, and it may have to do with how much work to do. You know, maybe you need to stop taking on so many hours. I know you want to make, you know, more money so that you can do more, not only for, you know, yourself and the family you already have or whatever situations you already have, but for the feminine too. And that's really admirable. It's awesome. But at the same time, if you want to maintain this good health that you have here, you may want to fall back on some of you're doing too much. For others, this is that crossroad yet again, that deja vu. And I posted that quote the other day because I had pulled the Two of Earth, and I posted that quote, excuse me, on my Facebook from Rihanna, Take a Bow. I also heard the song in the grocery store. But that Girl, I'm Sorry, You're the One. Ooh, this looks like a rerun. Please, what else is on? Because that's how the Two of Earth makes me feel. It's like we keep coming to the same spot and like neither one of us know what to do. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's that neither one of us know what to do. I think that we're both afraid of being the one to get hurt. So like, I'm not going to move if he doesn't move. Well, she's not moving. I'm not going to move, you know. And by move, I don't mean like physically go to another place. I mean, make a move, take action. So we just end up there. You know, two people paralyzed in fear. We got to let that go. Be mindful of it. It's just minor arcana. It's just a 2. 2s are also about faith. So if you flip it around to a more positive thing, and just having faith that all of your earthly needs will be met, and that Venus will also come through, because this is her, you know, energy too, Earth, with her ruling Taurus, that she will bring you the love that you're looking for also, or get, you know, help you to figure out how to make time for both work and play. Because yeah, right now you're too obsessed with material things, and you're feeling trapped too, like we were. This is very 8 of air, only it's worse because it's major arcana. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. And the 3 of Earth in your subconscious. So you could be saying, where the hell is my raise? This, you know, boss said that I was getting a raise, a promotion, more hours, you know, a bonus, whatever it is. Where is it? And you're too focused on the money and stuff. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. For others, of course, this can have something to do with a quote-unquote party of 3, especially with the Lovers as the overall energy. And when I picked up the Lovers, underneath it, also upright, is the 9 of Earth, but that's not really what I wanted to show you. I had noticed that this one is also upright, this darn 7 of Air. Plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. These are the stealers of joy, or this is the energy of the stealing of joy. Underneath that, it's not upright, it's upside down, but it's close. It's this 5 of Earth, which represents the fear of abandonment, which is what I was talking about. Like, I'm not going to, you know, take a risk. she's not telling me how she feels, or she's not, you know, being very welcoming to me. You know, maybe I was a dick or whatever, and I stayed away too long, and I didn't contact. I could have gone about it better, maybe. But she doesn't have to act like this, and she is. So I'm not gonna, you know, I stop here, and then we're doing like the same thing. Oh, you're back, and you know, after all this time, and that's all you're gonna do. Like that's all you got to say to me is hi, you know. So we're both, when neither one of us is like trying to meet the other in the right place because we're worried about the fear of abandonment. That's for many what this ego card is, and for the feminine before what that 8 of air was. But that's the energy trying to steal your joy. That's the energy trying to get all up in your head, right, with this air and logic that isn't logical, and mess you up. All right, feminine. The Ace of Earth. The inflow of abundance. Awesome. A promising business venture and important documents or contracts. Surrounded by the Page of Fire, who's outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. Wow. In our subconscious is the 10 of Earth. A very happy family life. Financial security. Finding magic in the little things in life. So we've been diving into work for the past several weeks, and it looks like it's paying off. Not only is it paying off with the material benefits and, you know, maybe financial benefits, but we're getting new opportunities too. Doors are opening as a result as well. Crowning the union. Very nice. It's the King of Water, who is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work, which in my opinion is love. I actually want to get my Ascended MasterCards. I wasn't going to use them, but I want to see if Pan shows up, because I've heard from a few of you that sounds like your masculine has ants in his pants too. I was saying that I could feel that mine did. At the root, strength with Archangel Ariel. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Forgiveness and compassion are necessary. At the heart of the matter, the 2 of air. So yeah, we're like at a stalemate. If neither one of us moves, that's a stalemate. And we've got a decision to make. And we're, some cases, being unwilling or unable to make that decision, having reached the stalemate. So we're just going to pretend there's no problem. Just keep in mind that it's Mercury trying to like fool you. The next one's upside down, but I'm going to pull it anyway right here. Wow, it's another 2. The top of the 2 of Earth is the High Priestess. So for some, the High Priestess can be somebody who like keeps a lot to herself. And that can be good. But for some, I feel like you're going to want to do the opposite here. And you're going to want to open up a little more about what is going on with you. Why are you unavailable? Oh, I'm working a lot of hours. Like, you know, instead of just being secretive and off to yourself, you know, let's be more verbal, more vocal. And the more people know, you know, the more comfortable they are. Then the feminine can maybe open up about, you know, some of these things too, and let go of some of that fear that she has. And that way we help one another. Other things with the High Priestess, it's, first of all, it's another 2, so it's more faith and duality and relationships and all that kind of stuff going on. But also she comes as a sign that we need to pay close attention to our intuition. So you know what the deal is, masculine. You know what's up. You know why things aren't working. And you can, you know, again, be that Knight of Fire and, you know, be the bigger person, as I say, the quote unquote bigger person, and take that step. Take a risk. Take a leap of faith. You won't get hurt. Everybody feels the same way about one another at this point. That's involved in this. There's nobody who's not really in it that goes through, you know, all that's involved in divine unions. Nobody's doing this for fun. Anyway, High Priestess, listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting. So basically what I was just saying for you to do, masculine. The top ego It's awakening with Archangel Gabriel. So take a step back and look at things differently. And maybe see that you have that one cup that's all shiny and pretty and stuff, and you don't necessarily need the other three. And you do have the other six. You just haven't brought them into your pocket yet. You haven't like manifested them in that way, but you do have them. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. This is the Hangman, of course. It's a feeling of limbo a lot of the time. Atop the Three of Earth, yeah, the money has to do with the fact that you're trying to create some stability. You're trying to build some foundations. You might even want to move in, physically move in, like I said before with the other spread, when I pulled the Chariot, with the feminine, you know, or make some sort of commitment. Contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life and the successful completion of a project is what's on your mind. And that's why this Three of Earth is also so heavily on your mind, and that may be why you're working so very hard. But it's wearing on you. So you're going to have to fall back a little bit. And feminine, good. We're in our element, where we belong. This should give us the strength. Join with this especially. And again, maybe we'll feel better about ourselves with the abundance rolling in and the opportunities, the doors opening. We'll feel stronger too. Take on this inner segment with the Queen of Fire, who's confident, warm, intelligent, graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. And at the heart of the matter, wow, we got decision, clarifying the need to make a decision, clarifying the need to make a decision. That didn't help very much. What's the next one? Of course, it's upside down. Maybe the decision is different for everybody. You know, even from a collective point of view, there's usually like one that's for the majority. Maybe it's just everybody's got their own thing going on. But I'm going to try again with, this time, the Ascended Master cards, beginning with Trust and Vishnu. And opening 2, Peace Offering with White Buffalo Calf Woman. Trust and Vishnu back. Drink more water, says Oshun. So I'm feeling, I mean, everybody should, and it's for everybody, but masculine definitely, because you are working so hard. Make sure you stay hydrated too. But everybody going through different levels of ascension as well. And we need the water. It's very draining and makes you thirsty. Opening to retreat into nature with the Green Man. So this is about the abundance coming in too. The Green Man represents abundance. Trust is back. I'll go one more. Glad I did. It's open your heart to love, says Jesus. Excuse me. So again, look, oh, wow. It just showed me that his mother's behind him with nurture yourself. In part, that involves opening your heart to love, right? That's nurturing yourself, giving, you know, feeding yourself what you really been craving, what you really need. That one person, that loves you in such a way that you can really be yourself. It's so ironic that that's the one person that we don't want to be ourselves. We want to be something better, you know, to impress them. We don't have to be. We don't have to be. We got to remember that again, that one shiny cup is plenty. It's enough. And we can learn that through experience. Experience is a good teacher. Overall energy is energy healing with Merlin. And this too is upside down, but I'm putting it here. I'm going to give us each a namaste card, beginning with a blessing in a relationship. A current relationship is reflecting something that is wounded inside you, a wound from long ago, perhaps even from a past life. Look within, find the part of you that is wounded, and send it love. All will heal, and you will be stronger and wiser for it. That's another teacher. This experience is another teacher for us. But I think, again, that's why some of us are worried of taking the leap of faith, because it's an old herd. Last, I'm going to get some advice from my butterfly deck, beginning with realizations and epiphanies, and opening to moving. So again, maybe like the Chariot and the Tower and the Ace of Water suggest. Some of us moving into new homes, starting new lives, or just moving on, like in a positive direction. Maybe based on some realizations and epiphanies that we've had. Our eyes have been open to new realities. Realizations and epiphanies back. Opening to relationship dynamics. And because of those new realities, yeah, we're making changes in our life with regard to our relationships. Some we're ending. Some we're beginning again. You know, a new relationship dynamics is back. I'm going to cut. After all that, moving is back. And the overall energy is heavily signed, getting a ton today in the music and stuff. I know a lot of you were, because we talked about it on Facebook. Okay. Excuse me. From the Angel Tarot Masculine, your advice is the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation and a challenging beginning. Again, this is Mercury. So just be cognizant of that. Don't, let it beat you up. I don't know where in anybody's chart any of this is going to fall. It's not the full-on retrograde yet. It's just Mercury entering its shadow. But, Mercury is Mercury. But just be aware of it, that it's a factor. And then maybe you can rethink, oh, okay. It's kind of like for females, at least I do this. Sometimes I feel like I really want to pop off. And I'll think to myself, like, is it time for my period? Because I know I can be a lunatic when it is. Sometimes I can be. And then if it is, I zip it. I zip up my mouth. I say, I was probably going to say something crazy and totally regret it later. Oh, did I not give the feminine a card from the Angel Tarot? Totally regret it later because... Oh, the Queen of Water. Never mind. I'm sorry. Yeah, because it's not really me. It's like my hormones and stuff. Again, with the drink more water, masculine and ocean. So I think a lot of you also going through ascension symptoms, and you need to remain hydrated. Again, a lot of you also working very, very hard, and you need to remain hydrated because of that. Aw, feminine. It's the power of joy. This is what we can use to help to strengthen us. Okay, in combination with this strength from Archangel Ariel, power of joy is love. So yeah, be you. Be this Queen of Fire and allow this to direct your steps. This totally trumps, and so does the Queen of Fire. Totally trumps an Eight of Air. From the butterfly deck to the masculine, spiritual growth. This has to do, again, with ascension, masculine. So you may be not very communicative, not very available this week. But when you are, try to be sure to communicate, clearly and effectively. Not like a high priestess that's, again, keeping parts of the story to herself and not really making, cohesive sense. Feminine, get some rest. So we too are going through ascension. As I started discussing when I sat down, because I am right at this very moment. Masculine, from the Namaste deck, a blessed gift. Something beautiful soon manifests. That's Six of Water. Okay, that's what it is. Trust that all is unfolding in the most perfect way for you and all concerned. Have faith. These twos you got here, masculine. This is 11-11, by the way. As is this 4-5. So you're crowned by an 11-11, and at your root is an 11-11. Trust that all is unfolding in the most perfect way for you. Have faith and continue to hold positive and loving thoughts. Yes. No 5 of air. Not even Four of Cups, unless you're going to look at it from the positive perspective, like I got this one beautiful shiny cup. You know what I mean? A blessed gift is on its way to you. And that blessed gift is the Six of Water. Feminine. Blessing of good fortune. Yep. Ace of Earth, Ten of Earth, new opportunities, power of joy. Rich and rewarding experiences bring you increased spiritual awareness at this time. You're going through ascension too. Good fortune flows to you as your third eye opens. You are inspired, feeling totally at peace. Life is a beautiful tapestry woven in the threads of love. And I don't know why I did this backwards, but I did. Didn't I say I want to see if Pan shows up? He's here at the heart of the matter. So for some of us, the decision is whether or not to hop in the bed. For lack of a better way to say it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the weekly reading. Namaste, angels.